Hey, what's happening, y'all? What's happening? It's your boy Willie Beamen back in the building. Just want to thank y'all, man, for tuning in to another episode of Mirror Check. Please visit our YouTube channel, Mirror Check Podcast. While you are there, do me a favor, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, please share our content so we are able to have a greater impact, man, across the world. Also, go follow our social media handles, our Instagram, at Mirror Check Podcast, Twitter at Mirror Check _ and also TikTok at Mirror Check _. Also, to stay connected to us, to our Mirror Check Podcast for latest events, please visit our website at www.checkyourmirror.com, where you can purchase exclusive products, listen to all our episodes of our podcast, and subscribe for latest news and releases. And we got some great things in store for y'all, great things on the way. And so with that being said, man, if you're the one that's always pointing the finger at someone else, that means that your mirror is dirty. So what I would advise you to do is take a step back, reflect, and check your own mirror. Peace. Hey, what's happening, y'all? What's happening? It's your boy, Willie Beamen, back in the building one more time, man. Getting ready to drop another fire episode for y'all. Basically, a continuation from my previous episode, man. I pray you guys took some notes, got some valuable information, man, from my brother Rigel Mathis. And really just hearing his story and his journey in entrepreneurship, as a father, holding it down and building a business, and even his childhood, getting to know him on a personal level. And so I pray you guys took some notes, man, gained some wisdom and some understanding, from his journey and being in business and building something, for his family. And so none other in order to continue this, it wouldn't be right if I didn't bring his better half on, bring his rib on, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that I've gotten to know over the past couple of years. Great woman, man. I've saw her grow, I've saw her flourish in the time that I've known these two, and just learning from her as a woman. And so I want to introduce her, amazing woman, none other than Miss Danielle Reed, man. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm great. Got to continue this part 2, man. Definitely have to have you on, man. We got to hear from a woman's perspective.
Of course.
We got to hear from her mindset and her vision and things that she wants out of life concerning her, the relationship and things like that. And so kind of want to drop a new segment for you guys. I call this the Beamen's Quarterback Sneak Corner. And so for those of y'all who don't know where I got this this name from, it's been sticking with me for the past couple of years. It's from the movie Any Given Sunday. Jamie Foxx, amazing actor, man, played quarterback in this movie. And so the Beamen's Quarterback Sneak Corner is basically, if you think about the game of football, the objective of the quarterback sneak is to make sure that he executes a certain amount of yards to get a first down, or to execute if he's on the goal line to get in the end zone and score, for his team. And so this segment is going to allow me to kind of get to know Danielle and Rigel and see if they know each other. Their relationship and the ins and outs and what they have, concerning their relationship. And so without further ado, I'm going to start with Miss Danielle, ask some questions, on her, man, and then vice versa, man, just kind of get to know them, man, on a personal level before we get into all the other good stuff. And so Miss Danielle, what would you say, what's Rigel's favorite color? What's that color for him?
His favorite color is blue and or green.
Blue and or green.
He likes them both so much.
I was so ready to just say wrong.
Yeah. I'll let you guys know.
But it's blue.
I know Rigel better than he knows
That's
me.
A
so
lie.
That's what she has. We'll see
right.
at the end of the competition.
It's
okay.
all right.
Okay. Does that sound about right, sir?
Of course it does.
It's green and blue. Yeah, I
green
agree with
and
that. It's blue. If we're gonna pick blue.
The technicalities.
Oh,
okay.
Blue and green.
okay.
She won. She got it.
Okay. Next question. What is Rigel's favorite food? What does he like to eat the most?
He doesn't really. When you say favorite food, are we talking like food genres like Mexican, Italian?
Yeah,
American?
we can go with genres. What's that genre for him? His go-to.
He has no specific genre. He just likes food.
So any type of food, if it's good.
I'll ask him what he wants for dinner. He can't give me nothing, so I'm gonna say it's just whatever I cook.
Does that sound right, sir? Is that?
It does.
I don't have one.
He doesn't have favorite food.
I used to eat like Mexican or Hispanic food a lot, or I did the pizza and all that with Italian and pasta, like that. But I really just don't have like
a specific, if
No,
it's good,
good. Whatever she cook, I just don't like too much fried.
Yeah, me too.
Like
me
I
too.
don't want it like over fried and
No
stuff like
deep
that.
frying.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Favorite fast food would be Chick-fil-A. So we're talking like that.
Okay.
Go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I know you're a Chick-fil-A guy. Every time I'm with you.
But Pollo Loco was up there too for a period of time now.
Yeah.
To play him, so
Yeah, he put me on Pollo Loco, y'all.
it's good on the slide. It's real good on the slide. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. So I know this is you. I see it in the office all the time. So Danielle, how many cups of coffee does this man drink in a day? Do you know that?
Oh man, I'm gonna say minimum 3.
Minimum 3.
Minimum 3.
Survey says, is that? Okay.
I get up so early. I have to. It's not my fault. The time frame of drinking the coffee spans for the whole day.
Right.
It's not just like at the beginning, but
he can do it at 11 p.m. He can do it at midnight. There's no time.
No time, specific time.
Yeah,
no, that's true. I've been over.
It's not even necessarily for the caffeine either. I kind of like coffee.
For coffee?
Yeah, I actually kind of like it now, like that.
Okay. Nah, that's true. I've never been over you guys' house. And they drinking coffee at 8 at night.
He'll offer our guests coffee before he offers them water. Y'all want some coffee?
I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. That came from a deep place. I'm all right with that.
I'll take it.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Next question. So what would you say is Rigel's love language?
Words of affirmation.
That's not fair. This was
Words
just
of affirmation.
asked. This
I've known
was
it. I've already
was
knew it.
just found out not too long ago.
It was not just found out. This has been ongoing. Words of affirmation.
Okay, opposite. What would be Danielle's love language?
Oh, quality time.
Quality time.
Quality time. Quality.
You don't have to say it like that.
Ooh,
You don't have to say it like that. He enjoys my quality time too. Let's not.
I love a quality time, but it's almost like all the other ones don't count. We get a mixture of all of them. Yeah. And the quality time is supposed to be number one for her. She don't care about the other ones. It seems like unless quality time's taken care of.
He'll bring home a gift. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to spend time
so
with
what are
you.
we doing? What are we finna watch?
What movie we about to watch? What show we about to watch? Like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm all about the time.
Okay, quality time is good. That's probably one of mine too when it comes to me and my wife. Quality time is definitely great. Sitting back, relaxing, joking, stuff like that. And so what would you say, this is a question off the rip, what would you say Rigel's favorite comedian is?
Ooh.
I know he loves comedy.
Ooh, let's
hey,
go.
this is execution, baby.
Let's go.
This is the Beamen sneak.
I'll give it to him.
Kevin Hart.
Survey says?
I'll give it to him. It's between...
Or Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Kevin or Dave. Yeah, I can put them in my top 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's changing. That top 5 keeps changing.
I know he likes this LeVar
Walker. I just came across him.
Right.
Barry Brewer is from out of Chicago. He's similar to Kevin.
Yeah.
Similar to Kevin, but he's talented too, like Jamie.
Yeah.
He got
First
on the
time.
keys. He was on the keys doing stuff on his stand-up special.
Oh wow.
He was on the keys doing stuff, doing the black church, white church thing, and boy, good. So yeah.
It's hard for me. I mean.
Yeah, vice versa. Yeah. What's Dan?
I mean, if anything, she's only gonna take the best of the best of their best stand-up. She's not listening to any up and coming. So if anything, it's gonna be. I would say Kevin as well too.
Kevin.
Yeah, it's Kevin. I'm very I'm not gonna say I'm a harsh critic with comedy. It's just not my go-to.
Yes, you are.
So I'm not gonna say I'm harsh.
You are.
He can go to like a hole in the wall comedy stand-up place and laugh and give everyone the laughs. I'm like, come on, this wasn't worth the laugh. Like, why are we laughing?
You can find anything funny out of something. She will sit there with the mug the whole time. It was like, wow.
It has to be worth it. Wow. Make me laugh.
Yeah. There's funny on all kinds of levels.
This is not true.
It's crazy you say it.
You're such a hater.
This is not true.
You are a hater.
It's not true, guys.
That's funny you say that, man. It reminds me of my brother Ishmael. He's the same way. He can find anything to make him laugh. Any part of the movie or anything to get him whatever.
All
same way.
Movies preach. Shoot, they all give you something. Yeah. And so
they're not all funny.
They are.
Let's keep it moving.
Okay, I got a bonus question. So, how many watches does Rigel own? I know he wears watches. Yeah, that's a bonus one.
I would say 10 to 12.
Survey says?
I mean, you're close. It was like 14.
Dang, I was
Jesus
gonna say 13
Christ.
too. I was gonna say 13.
That's not a lot. That's not a lot of watches. That's not a lot of watches.
I knew it was like over it. I mean, I knew it was a dozen at least.
At least a dozen, but yeah, it's close. It's past that now.
Wow, 14 watches, my
I didn't
guy.
have time to, like,
Don't try to make it seem like I just got all these watches. There's other people got a lot more. Brandon got a bunch of shoes.
Yeah, that's
collects
true.
The shoes,
That's true.
Yeah, the watches I actually slowed down for a little bit.
Yeah, nah.
I got a bonus question for Rigel.
Go ahead.
When it comes to shopping, what's my go-to thing that I'll buy over anything else?
Ooh,
Like out of clothes, out of shoes, out of makeup.
it's getting
Jewelry.
good.
Why did I get such a deep question?
Everybody knows this. That's a good question right there.
Reiterate the question again.
What's my go-to thing to buy? What will I spend money on when it comes to shopping? Makeup, jewelry, clothes, shoes. What would it be?
I mean, you buy clothes. I mean, I'm not gonna put that as number one. Oh, I can't stand this. I mean, some jewelry, but not really.
Survey says.
I would say clothing just to make it easy.
Wrong. Shoes. Shoes are my go-to.
What was the last pair of shoes that you bought compared to the last pair? Of
The last
clothing?
pair of Steve Maddens. And then
How long ago was that?
last month,
And then what was the last thing you just bought?
Adidas.
You bought clothes that
They
just
don't
came
count.
in.
They don't
Adidas.
Adidas. I was
Oh,
putting
man.
some shoes.
No,
I
it's
love-
my
I
turn.
love-
Flag on the play.
I want a question too. So, what would I spend money on? Above everything else, what would I spend money on?
Me.
Wrong answer. It was gonna be others. Others. I don't buy nothing for myself.
He doesn't.
It's
That's why I said
others.
me.
Yeah, it's not you
I'm
though.
in the
It's
same
not just you.
classification.
Oh man,
Whatever.
wait,
Who was the
wait
last
a
thing you bought something for?
Huh?
Who was the last person you bought something for?
It was you.
It was me. See,
Oh,
you got
okay.
the correct answer.
No, but
That was the real correct answer. All right.
Good. This is
Can
good.
I get a question for her? Can we?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead, man. We can
Okay.
mix this up.
Let me think of something.
Go ahead, sir.
Do you snore? Survey
Breathing
says.
Survey says.
Breathing heavily and snoring are complete different. They're completely
Survey
different.
says that's wrong.
I know.
I don't care.
Breathing heavily and snoring are completely different.
Hard pass.
Oh man,
Word. No, ma'am.
she's trying to call it
I was just
audible.
saying, yeah, I'm
Audible
done.
on the
I'm done with my
play.
questions.
That was him.
That was me being petty.
Were those all my questions for Rigel?
Oh, if you have any more,
What
yeah,
else
feel
you got?
free. This is good.
What else you got?
This is good, man. This is good.
I don't have any. I don't have anything that I can think of.
I would say, what time do I go to sleep?
It varies, guys. It can go from he'll say, all right, I'm gonna be in bed at 10:30. All right, I'm gonna be in bed at 11:30. I wake up at 3 a.m. and I see he's still out, like not out the house, but awake. Around the house. I'll walk into the office and I see he's on the computer. It's like, what are you doing? It's 3 a.m.
Like, why are you up? Yeah.
You said 11. Like, yeah. So
I'll give you that. It varies.
It varies.
It varies. I give it that.
Well, depending on what you're doing, or
Yeah, like sometimes I'll still be working, or I'll get caught up in some scripture, reading something, or start cleaning up or something like that. And I just I'm in my zone. Let me keep going.
we bought some new chairs,
yeah.
like Papason chairs for outside on our patio. And I woke up one night and I didn't see him anywhere in the house. I was like, what the heck is going on? It's like 3 a.m., 3:30. I'm like, where is he? I like got on the patio and he's knocked out on these patio chairs, just sleep with comedy in his ear, like
On the patio, man, that's
I'm
different.
like-
I had the drape down, and we had the curtains.
We have curtains
too, so
out there.
nobody could see me, so I was just out there, just living my best
Living
life.
your best
Yeah.
life.
Fell asleep.
Yeah.
I forget who I listened to. It was good. It was.
And then he woke up angry at me, like, how dare you?
How dare you wake me up? Obviously, I made a commitment. I was gonna sleep out here. What you about to
It's a shame.
I
Wow.
don't feel bad at all.
Oh,
What's my go-to movie genre?
That's good. 'Cause that was one of my questions.
Well, there's a couple. So you got thriller, and then you got romantic comedy. I would say the romantic comedy for sure.
Everybody says.
I think I would watch more of a romantic comedy before a thriller, but I do love me some thrillers.
We watch the thrillers together.
Yeah, we'll watch it. I'm not watching a thriller alone. So,
So the romantic comedy definitely is
it'd be
what
romantic
you'd probably
comedy.
go to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can vice versa this. His is sci-fi.
Sci-fi.
Anything sci-fi.
Stranger Things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Finished it.
Yeah.
For the new
Sci-fi stuff. I grew up like that with my dad.
and
So
I hate
Matrix.
You don't like sci-fi?
Like
I didn't
grew
like
up.
Matrix at all.
So that was like the first one. And I saw Matrix like as a child.
Yeah.
Like watching that with my dad. Like sci-fi movies, I Am Legend, zombies, outer space, extraterrestrial stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe not aliens. I really don't care for aliens.
He loves zombies.
Yeah, I actually care
Zombies.
for zombies.
I don't like. I watched
Last Day stuff.
I watched The Matrix for the first time last year. I'm not a fan.
Not a fan.
I try to put her on a lot of movies, and it's just too much pushback.
I don't care for outer space.
I don't appreciate all of this. I can go through each genre. It doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, and I can show her certain movies. She didn't watch, all the black movies like she should.
We're not.
So we're not gonna
I'm
go.
sorry.
we
We're
won't-
revoking cards.
Oh,
not-
another flag on the plate.
We're not gonna go deep into that. It's just I was trying to put our own certain movies and the willingness isn't there. You know how scripture says the spirit is willing but the flesh is weak. The lady wouldn't do it. The lady wouldn't do it.
Oh, hit you with a biblical.
Yeah, I know, right? Bring the Lord into this. I sure did.
I've seen some of the Tyler Perrys. I think that gives me enough.
I think right
To-
there
to
she
sit with
snitched on
y'all.
herself.
Sit
Well,
with
she
y'all.
snitched on herself.
I can sit with y'all.
Some of the Tyler Perry movies. Were you serious? That was it? That was what you came to mind? That was what came to mind?
This Christmas with Chris Brown.
All right.
Okay. Question. I'm gonna put the ball in Rigel's court. What is Danielle's favorite dish to cook
Favorite dish to cook?
in the house on the regular?
No. It varies.
It varies.
Much, yeah. I mean, she'll try something different all the time. Like
Yeah.
she'll get bored. She'll get bored with the food. I'm like, no, this is great. Keep on doing this, do that. No, she wants something different every single time. And so she don't really have one. She don't have a dish.
I don't. I can agree with that. I don't. If we're talking like meat, I probably cook chicken the most.
Chicken.
Yeah, but I have no.
You can do a lot with chicken.
We black at the end of the day. I'm just saying.
I
I'm
do
not trying to
chicken
put in anything.
I can't think because I'll go Italian. I like Asian dishes, so I'll make like a homemade orange chicken. I prefer that better than going to actual Chinese restaurants. Yeah.
I need that dish.
Man.
His birthday coming up.
Hey,
Because
orange chicken
I
sounds
take a
good
home
right
cooked
now.
meal, man.
Yeah. I'll do like a lo mein. I like Korean beef. Like I'll do anything. I'm down to experiment.
Yeah. Okay. Ball is still in Rigel's court. See if you go execute. So if you could take Danielle on a world class trip, man, where would it be?
For her.
So
it's a couple of options. So the first one could be Dubai. She talked about that one recently.
Yeah.
But really where she would want to go is anything jungle or forest related. Because of the animals and all this extra. But
man.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to go to the rainforest.
Like imagine like zip lining. I see the little videos like zip lining through all the trees and all that stuff. It's so pretty.
But
Rigel, he's so basic. He wants to go to a beach.
Come on, hold on. So real quick. This is the thing.
Audible on the play.
She don't like bugs like that. You gonna go to the rainforest?
I really hate
where
bugs.
all the bugs are there
Right.
and it's hot and you don't want to wear your hair naturally curly right now? Like, are you telling me? You lying to me right now. So, if anything, it would be Dubai.
Yeah.
And for me, dealing with that. Where
anything at the beach. Anything at the beach. I'm not talking like Galveston Beach, like a good beach.
Yeah.
Hawaii,
like Hawaii,
Bahamas,
Bahamas.
anything with the beach, just to sit there. 'Cause I've never seen him go into the water. So
Oh man, shots fired.
I feel disrespected on this call. Let's go on and end this. We're gonna wrap this thing. No, I mean,
I'm a beach guy too. I
I haven't been to like a bunch of beaches
Right.
for me to be like, yeah. It's
So
just the idea of it.
So what beaches have you been to?
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic's beach. I've been to Cali.
Yeah, me
in
too.
Hollywood.
Me too.
Yeah, I was in there.
Like Venice or what? Venice Beach?
Yeah, and it's just like the water was cold. Like you expected it because it's hot outside. It'd be cold. It'd be hot, but it's cold. And then there was a bunch of people at that time, and I was a lot younger, so I couldn't really do what I really wanted to do.
Right.
And now it's like Punta Cana was nice.
Oh, Punta Cana. Yeah.
Dominican Republic, and when we went there, but it was more of the tourist stuff.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really like legit. You know, like we really want. But
yeah, Tamika told me Venice Beach is trash. I mean, it's kind of like so her being from Cali.
Well,
it's not
I didn't say it, but you said it.
Yeah,
you said
it's not that great.
Yeah, I mean, I've been
there once, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Don't
need to go back, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
So you haven't been to Santa Monica Pier in California?
The only beaches I've been more so like, I've been to Maui and Waikoloa and those places. So I've been on those beaches.
Yeah.
I've only been to Cali like once or twice.
Once or twice, yeah.
But I'm not a beach person. The water and the sand. It's like I don't know what's under there. I think it's tickling my feet. That makes me I'm not comfortable with that. Don't want to get stung by a jellyfish. You never know. It's.
She watched too much Friends. Let that go. That don't happen.
Oh man, but yeah. So yeah.
Okay. What about Miami? Y'all been out
Yeah,
there?
I've been to Miami.
Yeah. Miami.
I didn't get to go to the beach though.
I went to South Beach, so I was at the beach.
How was South Beach?
It's Miami's not my cup of tea. It's very. Everybody's open. Yeah. So you see people who just don't care, wearing whatever, and we're over here.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And we're over here eating at a restaurant, and I just see people naked walking down. And I'm like, this is where we are. It's too not touristy. It's too partyish.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah,
I can't get the word out that I'm trying to say, but it's too much of that. I'm not that type of person.
Fast pace.
Yeah, that's a good word. That's
fast pace.
Yeah, I'm not that type of I'm more of a homebody. So that stuff, that environment, the clubs and the parties, not really for me. I don't really care for Dallas like that. Yeah. But,
homebody. Did you literally just say?
I am a homebody. I'd rather be at home. I never say, "Hey, let's go do something."
Girl, you couldn't stop saying let's go do something. I was the homebody.
This is a lie, guys. Well, this is a lie.
Okay. So. Ball is still in Rigel's court.
Okay.
What would you say? I guess is Danielle's favorite show right now that she's been watching.
Let's do this.
What's that show?
I can say Rigel's.
No, you don't got mine. Favorite show. It's okay. Right now, the favorite show right now.
No, just over.
No, he said right now though.
Okay, what's mine?
He said right now. So the thing is, she watching a bunch of different stuff. So. That's not really fair.
What's their go-to, like the main out of all?
Go-to is Friends right now, or Gossip Girl, or
which one is
or
it?
New Girl. It's
which
definitely Gossip Girl.
Okay then.
And then it would be New Girl, and then it would be Friends. All the as we can see, but whatever. Those are the options.
His go-to is Everybody Hates Chris. Like, come on.
If we're like that,
come on.
Go-to.
I mean,
Everybody Hates Chris.
What's like the problem? Chris Rock up there. Chris Rock is up there on the comedian set. I love the show.
It just ain't.
You don't like Everybody Hates Chris?
Everybody Hates Chris.
There's a couple episodes. I prefer Bernie Mac over Everybody Hates Chris.
Bernie
Mac is my show.
Great Audible. Great
Audible. You don't like Bernie Mac?
No. I'm saying I like Bernie. Yeah.
I choose Bernie over Chris.
Yeah, Bernie.
Yeah.
Bernie's in my top 5.
He is.
Yeah.
Bernie's good.
You don't like Bernie?
Not top 5.
That's some bull.
What?
Yeah,
like
not
Bernie.
top 5.
Not top 5 stand up?
No, he wouldn't be
top 15.
Top 5.
Okay, let's shift in. What's your top 5 comedians?
I don't know. We got Kevin on there.
Okay.
We got Dave.
Okay.
We got Chris Rock.
Okay.
We got who else would I give it to? I took Sinbad down.
Why?
Because he doesn't have enough material for me to have.
But Sinbad's good. Sinbad's real good.
A couple of his were good, but who else?
That's 3.
Mike.
I don't want to necessarily do Mike. I don't want to put Mike up there yet.
Mike Epps? No.
Can't even think of no.
Gary
Gary who?
Owens.
Oh, sweetheart.
No?
Oh man.
Not top 5.
No, okay, not top 5. Okay.
Top 5.
Okay.
I mean, say
Cap.
I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, I'm not a Richard Pryor fan. I mean, I get it.
Oh man.
I didn't disrespect
Flag on the plate.
Eddie Murphy. I didn't disrespect them.
I am.
Disrespect them. They
I will
just
watch
weren't
it.
my time.
It's
They
too
just weren't
dirty.
my time.
It's too
That's
much
all.
cussing.
It was just it's not my time. That's
I got
all.
Too
you.
explicit.
I don't got Steve Harvey top 5.
Nah.
I don't see enough of his
Yeah, I don't
stuff.
see. Yeah, I don't see.
You
I don't
got
got Steve top
material
5.
for me on there.
Cat.
That's what I said. I said
I
Cat.
say yeah, but
It's only his
See, I
old
don't-
stuff. Like I can't.
Yeah, it was
his
the
new
older
stuff that
things.
came out. It's like this ain't it, Cat.
Yeah.
You're reaching, and it ain't working for you.
I can't think of nobody else.
Let this go.
Patrice O'Neal.
Patrice O'Neal. Rest in
I
peace.
forgot about Patrice. It just
Patrice
Patrice
O'Neal.
O'Neal. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Patrice O'Neal. He a little much too, but yeah, I can't think of nobody else right now.
Okay.
I'm drawing blanks right now.
Danielle.
Give her a top 3. That's it.
That's it?
Everybody else get kicked off.
Oh
Like,
my goodness.
I don't like it. I don't
She's
like
a
it when
critic.
it's too
You know-
dirty, and too much cussing.
Mike clowns people
Mike
too
clown-
much.
and that's
she,
mean.
She
I
don't
don't like
like.
that.
She don't like
That's
it like
rude.
that. Mm-hmm.
And he's the type where you have to be on time to his show, or he's
Don't
clowning
clown
you.
you.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
Yeah.
black. We're gonna be late.
Yeah, we know we gonna
So-
be late.
That's his material.
And I'm not a fan of that. So Kevin, of course. No, that's all I can give you.
I feel like I'm,
That's all I can
I feel
give
like I'm
you.
disrespecting some people. I can't even think of no names right now though.
Lavelle Crawford.
That's what I said.
No, I said LeVar Walker,
Oh,
and then Lavelle Crawford is the big guy, heavyset guy,
Yeah, he's heavyset
I don't know
dude.
this.
real heavyset dude.
I like Tone Bell.
Yeah, but yeah, top 20.
Earthquake.
It's funny.
Earthquake's funny, but man, now I'll let it go. I feel like I can't think of.
Yeah. I got you. So, kind of go a little deeper. What would you say is Danielle's greatest strength to the relationship?
Her greatest strength.
Greatest strength. What's
Her
that?
friendship.
Friendship.
Her friendship is because she hasn't been necessarily through a lot of the stuff like I've been through, but
Right.
The just non-judgment, just being open to be able to just talk.
Yeah.
We talk about everything.
Yeah.
And there's like so much transparency. It's like it doesn't matter. Like bathroom together, kitchen together, wherever. It doesn't matter. It's just a bunch of transparency.
Yeah,
so
there's
it's
no
her
boundaries.
It's her friendship.
Yeah.
Her friendship is her strong suit.
Yeah.
What would you say for Rigel? His greatest strength.
I would say his ability to never quit, never stop striving for greatness, never stop striving to reach success. His ability to not show his stress when he is stressed.
Yeah.
His ability to.
I've seen that.
So I know when we've hit some lows and he doesn't show it. His ability to consistently provide and figure it out no matter what. It's like he's the type where if your back's against the wall, he's fighting his way out.
That's good.
So I would say that's his greatest. See, I'm good at these words of affirmation.
He was practicing.
But yeah, so that's what I would say for him.
Yeah, I've definitely, man, knowing you guys for the past couple years, I've definitely seen that, from Rigel, his resiliency, his way to figure it out and get it done and not show, or worry about his emotions on his sleeve. Every time we come together and talk, whether it's relationship or whether it's business, I've always seen that resiliency and continue to go forward and figure out how to get it done, how to get the job done. So, I've definitely seen that from him. And so, what would you say, one word that describes Danielle, if you could sum her up?
Beautiful. That's an easy way to do it. But I'm not just talking about the outside.
Right.
That's the easy way to do it.
Okay. What about you, Danielle? One word to describe Rigel.
I like the word. I like the resilience word used.
Resilience.
I'll say graceful too. He's very graceful. Much more than me because he teaches me. I'm not good at that.
She means with my actions.
Yeah,
Like, graceful with my actions.
Yeah.
Maybe not like graceful walking, but like graceful giving grace, giving the benefit of the doubt to somebody.
Kind of like when you guys were on your last podcast when you were talking about how Jesus knew that Judas was the one to betray him, and Judas knew, but Jesus was like still saying, "You're my friend."
Yeah.
Rigel has that type. He has that characteristics to where it's like, I'm like, cut him off. We don't gotta talk to him. We're just like, no, you know, he's the one who brings it back around. Like, it's just the grace that he's able to give.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's also graceful at walking.
I don't know.
He's more graceful than me.
I don't know about all that.
He's more graceful.
I don't know
than
if
me.
I don't know if I got a President Obama type walk. That boy's clean when he walks.
Yeah, he's smooth.
I don't know if I got that. I'm not smooth yet. It's like my knees kind of popping still. I ain't smooth.
He got a little limp in his walk.
Yeah, I gotta fix it up before I'll be walking on stage and stuff.
Okay, yeah. One thing I've learned, man, too, something that's been sticking with me is don't allow the hands of pain to shape you more than the hands of the potter. And so we already know that when it comes to biblical principle, we know that God is, the potter. We are the clay. So it's up to him to shape, to mold, to rejuvenate, to revive, to structure us in the way that God wants us to be. And so a lot of people, man, they allow pain to, allow them to self-sabotage or to do things they shouldn't do, rather than taking that pain, flipping it, and allowing God to say, okay, I use this pain for a greater good. And so definitely gave some great questions. So another one for you, man, is what is her stress reliever? What is that one thing that she does if she's stressed, try to decompress and relax? What's that one thing?
Video games. She would go to a video game.
Survey says? Yeah.
I'm a gamer.
Yeah, she may not play as often as she used to years ago because we got stuff we got to do. But
Either that or TV, but yeah.
Yeah, if
I'm
she
a
has the
gamer.
opportunity to just let me get this straight. And she gets that Nintendo Switch and goes in.
Yeah.
So, that's what she'll do.
I'm definitely a
She'll
gamer.
put on the show. She'll put on a show to watch her, just to have it on. But if she wants to decompress,
Yeah.
video game.
Video games. Yeah, I realized that coming over there multiple times.
We'll play games in general, but
That one, the
That-
game that we're playing,
the game-
that's a stressful game because I get mad.
Yeah,
Like,
y'all.
it doesn't end well.
certain
Certain
games
games,
is
it
now
don't
we're not
end
trying
well.
to do it for a stress reliever. Some games is like, this is gonna break us up. We need to leave this game alone. This game need to be thrown out.
I've seen it. For the listeners, I've seen it.
There were times
I don't feel
where
bad.
Rigel's like, to be more specific, we play Super Smash Bros, which is on Nintendo. It's been on all the Nintendo platforms.
Right.
And so me and him will go at it, and to where if I'm like getting just beat down and I'm losing consistently, I'm like, look, you're either going to let me win this game or you sleep on the couch. This isn't how this evening's going to go.
She'll take it to where if I kill her on that game, she'll go in real life and turn around and come at me. Like you gonna stop trying to target me. Like,
There's been a couple
girl.
times where he's got hit in
Yeah.
real life. But yeah, his go-to stress relief is reading the word
Survey says?
or worshiping, both.
What?
Comedy.
I mean, it sounded so right.
Dang.
It sounds so right though.
Flag on the
I mean,
flag.
it's both. It's both. I'll say it. But if I'm like, if we're not gonna try to do the right answer,
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean?
It'd be
It's
comedy.
gonna be comedy.
Comedy.
Okay.
But of course, I'll go to prayer. I'll go to worshiping. Like when I'm joyful, I'll sing and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'll do all that
Yeah.
and read the word. I'll get a bunch of joy from reading it and then finding something new.
Right.
Of course, but there's times in our walk when God took us through something
Yeah.
and He's trying to fix our attitude. And I didn't necessarily like it, and so we're like, well, all right now, Holy Spirit, I'm not talking to you right now. in that case, it's like, how dumb of a response was that?
Yeah.
But we're growing up through all that different stuff. It was like, if He's gonna try to work on your character, you're gonna turn around and try to shun Him. That's gonna get you out of your test.
that's good.
Okay, so you just had to learn through there that. Obviously, He's doing it for a purpose, but you need to get your attitude right.
That's good.
And so now that I got my attitude right, okay, cool. Of course, I want to go to worship. Of course, I want to go to read.
Right.
But just the fleshly thing to do. Of course, I want to go to Listen, so
Right.
funny. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
That's the easy way.
Yeah.
It's the easy route.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of goes back to my boy Jonah, man, when it came to God giving him the assignment to go preach at Nineveh. And he was like, God, I don't know if I want to do this. These people out here are not what I intended. And so God allowed him to go through that storm, being in the belly of the whale. And then right back, God said, you ain't done. You're going right back to go complete this assignment.
Like I said.
I
had to open up this fish's mouth, this whale's mouth. But you going to do what I said.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And so, man, it was some great questions.
Yeah,
This is getting good, man. And the Beamens quarterback sneak corner, man. That was some good stuff, man. See, I just wanted to warm up y'all, man, warm up the listeners, who these people are, man, and just allow them to be authentic and who they are and their relationship and the ins and outs of their relationship. And so kind of moving forward, Danielle, I kind of want to allow you just to go into, your upbringing, your childhood and stuff like that. And so how was it growing up in the Reed household? I know, growing up under your father, Coach Rodney Reed, and then your brother, Coach Brandon Reed. What was that relationship like?
So growing up, I come from a military background. I was born on Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland.
Right.
My dad was in the obviously he was in the military. He was in the Air Force. He was a firefighter for the U.S. Air Force. For 16 years, he was doing it.
Oh yeah.
Every 4 years, or I don't know what the enlisting is, but I think it's like every 4 years he would try to go home and apply for the fire station in his hometown, and
right.
they were never accepting at the time, so he would just go back and re-enlist into the military and did that. So he did that for 16 years, and then it kind of just got to a point where he was like, you know what, I'm probably just going to retire here, until entrepreneurship came into his corner. He was working 2 jobs. He was in the military, and then he was also working at Sears to make ends meet. And he sold a TV to a lady who came in who was looking for one for her husband for, I think, either it was for a holiday, of course. I think maybe an anniversary or Christmas. And so my dad, being a salesman, because he's always been some type of salesman,
right?
Just at heart, not even like in the profession, but just at heart, he upsold her on a much higher TV for the higher commission price. And she thought that he was so great at what he did that she offered him an opportunity to come into business with her and her husband. And at the time, they were making great money. And financial services was the industry that they're in. And my dad had limited knowledge in the financial services industry. And so she invited him and my mom out to their house. And they lived in a gated community. Yeah. Unlike, most gated communities that we go to where you can just ride behind the person in front of you to get through the gate. No, you have to stop at the guard and tell the guard who you're here to see. Yeah. And so my parents always been big dreamers, especially my dad. Yeah. And so they saw that, and it's like a whole world of opportunities opened up for them. And so that night he got his finances in order, and he was like, I want to do what you do. And so he jumped into the world of entrepreneurship, and it took him a while. But he did end up retiring from the military 4 years shy from a full retirement, lifetime of income. Right. He was like, I'm done. He could have stuck it out for those 4 extra years, but he's like, nah, I'm gonna go gung ho into this field and figure it out. And so that's exactly what he did. We moved to Texas in 2001, I believe. My mom had a teaching opportunity out here. She was a teacher, so she went through the educational route.
Shout out to the teachers. Shout out to education.
So she did that. He pursued the financial services out here, not knowing anybody at all, and he built a 6-figure business. Well, actually, a multi-million-dollar business out here in Texas, not knowing anybody. And so, growing up, I got to see both sides of working. I got to see what it was like on the entrepreneur side. Yeah, the ups and the downs, the roller coasters with being an entrepreneur, and then I got to see what it was like on the corporate side, being an employee and having a job, and how that is. I realized young that I didn't want to go down that route. Yeah. I didn't want to work for someone else. I always wanted to be in business, and I guess I got that subconsciously from my dad. He never told us, y'all need to go into business or you guys need to go to college. Like, my parents never forced any of that onto us. We kind of just saw with our own eyes and decided what we wanted to do. So I always had a love for animals. I don't know where it came from. I just loved animals. I guess God just put that in me. I just had a passion for animals. Right. We've always had animals growing up. funny enough, because my dad hated animals. So I guess you know who kind of had a little control in the household, because we had rabbits, we had guinea pigs that were supposed to be male guinea pigs, but they ended up having babies. So we had guinea pigs. Mine was called Miss Piggy. But we had dogs, we had chickens, ducks. We had every random thing. Oh man! My mom being a teacher is like, people would come to the school and say, "Hey, we have this," and my mom's like, "Sure, we could take it." So we had everything, and I unfortunately don't remember what it was like having all those because I was so young. But I just had a love for animals since then. So I knew I wanted to do something in the field of animals. I did my research. I used to volunteer at the Dallas Zoo, and I loved it. Yeah, I loved it.
How was that experience?
Oh, it was incredible. I got to work with in the bird exhibits. I got to be there. That was my favorite. All the birds, and just actually like flying on you. You get to like hold the birds and introduce them. I was always scared of birds. I loved it so much. Right. My dad's terrified. I loved it so much. I mean, people would come into the exhibit and there's birds all over my head, all over my shoulders, my arms, and it was great. The reptile exhibit, I didn't really care for. I don't like snakes, but we were told, like, look, you're going to have to. So I held them, all that stuff. I loved bearded dragons from that. We got to play with, like, the penguins. Like, we got to do all that fun stuff and just learn the ins and outs behind the scenes of being in the zoo. And so I loved that. Right. But because of how I grew up, I wanted something that made the most money. And the zoologist wasn't it. So I was like, the only other thing that I can think of that was pretty prestigious was being a veterinarian. So I wanted to go to school to be a veterinarian. And I realized as I was going through school, right, like graduating high school, figuring out what college, the veterinarian program is a very hard program to get into. And there's a percentage, I don't know what the percentage is anymore, but there's a high percentage of people who didn't make it into the veterinarian program, the field, went to become regular doctors because it's so hard. And it's like the not that it discouraged me, but it's just like I could work so hard, but still the percentage of making it is so small that is like, I don't know if this is it. Yeah. I also started working at an animal hospital, and I saw that lifestyle. See, he was still self-employed, and I want to be a business owner. Exactly. There's a difference. I didn't want to have to wake up every day broke. And that's what you are when you're self-employed. You wake up every day trying to make a sale. And so his life dictated his career dictated his life. He barely ever got to travel. He was at the clinic all the time. I think he had 1 day off, maybe 2 days off a week. And it was just like, you're always here. Yeah. And you have to be here because you have clientele that exactly. So it's like you can't really leave.
So for you, seeing his lifestyle, that allowed you to go into the opposite direction of seeing what he was going through.
Yeah. I realized I don't want to go about it this route. I don't want to be the veterinarian. I think I'd rather, and maybe I could have been the veterinarian, but I'd rather own the building. Oh, yeah. And then have veterinarians working. And if I wanted to be in that field too, then I could do it. Yeah. But I didn't want to be solely the only veterinarian in a clinic where everything is depending on me. I wanted to own it, and I wanted to own the other veterinarians there, pay them. But yeah, so that's kind of how I got on the business aspect. And then what led me to financial services was seeing not only my father's success. Pretty sure you guys know, like when you have your parents, when they have their career, they've done it all your life. You're just like, that's your thing. Right. I don't know how long it took you to get to six figures or wherever you are. It probably took a long time. But it wasn't until I saw my brother's success. Yeah. In such a short period of time. He was a college dropout, like myself. His only experience was grocery stores, warehouses, things like that. And I saw him come into this industry and in 4 years make a six-figure income, retire his wife, and fully fund his family's lifestyle. And that kind of sparked something inside of me. There's a little fire inside me because we're competitive. We've always been competitive. My dad, that's one thing he instilled in us. He never let us win anything. Even as little kids, like, you don't get to win. You gotta
you gotta come with it.
Win. Yeah. So he wouldn't just give us anything.
Right.
And so I'm instilling that in my own kids. Like, you're not just gonna get a win off me. You're gonna fight for this win. Yeah. So I was competitive. So I was like, if my brother can do that, and I know where my brother comes from, it's like, why can't I do that? You know. So that kind of got me to where I'm like, you know what? Let me not even like put my toe in the water. Let me jump in.
Yeah.
Let me see what this is about. Because I've heard before that financial services makes the most millionaires.
Yeah.
It's the most lucrative industry in the world. If we think about it, everything is funded by money. You know, people say real estate's up there, but it's like, you need money. You need capital for real estate. So who helps with that? So I wanted to get on the money management side of things.
Yeah.
So that's what brought me to the financial services industry.
Okay, that's good. Come on, Peter jumping out. Peter jumping out of the boat, leaving all the other disciples behind. Said, I'm going to go get it. So kind of back up before we get more into, you know, your entrepreneurship journey. Was there ever any tension, you know, growing up with two older brothers, you know, having those brother figures?
Yes. Me and the middle brother, so Brandon, we always fought. Like, we fought. And my oldest brother, LeJean, would have to come in and help. There was times where Brandon would be chasing me around with something. Like, there was one time he was chasing me around with the broom. And I'm in maybe third grade.
Oh,
and we're
man.
just fighting. Yeah. And LeJean had to grab it. And so we fought. Oh, I'll snitch. Me and Brandon would fight. And LeJean would just be there. Me and LeJean he was my oldest brother, but we were always the closest. We had more in common.
Yeah.
Brandon was just basketball, girls. That's it. Me and LeJean, we bonded over like TV shows and video games specifically.
Yeah.
And also we had the same friends. Like, he had his friend, but his friend would have a sibling that was my age. So it's like, I could hang out with the sibling that was my age. He could hang out with, you know, his friend. So it worked that way. So we were just always together. And so me and LeJean built the relationship. But me and Brandon we were close, but it was more of a competitive thing, you know, type of sibling rivalry type thing.
Okay, yeah, I definitely know y'all to be competitors. The Reed family, alongside your other half, Rigel. I know all of y'all are competitors.
Rigel
man.
learned our competitive nature. With us. He learned you can't come to the table just quiet anymore. You gotta talk some mess.
Yeah, definitely. He always tell me about his tennis matches with your pops. Man.
Rigel would just walk off the field or the court.
It wasn't like that.
He walked off the court that one time. But yeah.
Okay. Just gonna go a little deeper, man. What was the relationship like with your father and with your mother? What was their relationship like?
Great. My mom was my best friend. My dad, we were very close as well. We bonded more on music. He's not really like a movie person, not a TV person. So we music until I got older, and then it became music, and then we kind of started talking about the business.
Right?
Because we're in business together. But my mom, we did everything together. So that was just, my mom knew everything. I told her everything. We were the best of friends, like joined at the hip type thing. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely saw that, man, with you and your mother, you know, at the hip, you know, hanging out with each other, girls' day and all the different things. And so, yeah, that was dope to see. And so kind of that journey, you know, what you pursuing, you know, the veterinarian, kind of go a little more detail of that experience and going into that.
Okay. So, I started going to college. I was going to Tarrant County College, so TCC. And I went for 1 year and quit. I was like, this ain't it. I think I got to, what was it? Calculus? I don't know. Whatever it was. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Biology, I was like, what am I thinking?
Right.
Do I like animals this much? Because I hate science. And I was like, this isn't it for me. I hate college. I hate school. I do. I'm not an advocate for college at all. Not that I'm against it. Unless you're going to, for something that you need it for. I mean, if you're going to college for business, I think that's a waste of time and money. Because you're not going to learn about business from a teacher, from an employee. Let me take that back. From an employee.
Right.
If you want to learn about business, go into business and find a mentor who has a successful business and study them. You don't go to school to study business. If you want to go to school for whatever trade requires that, like a doctor, a lawyer, something that requires an actual degree.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not an advocate for college.
Okay. So what would you say, I guess, what was that turning point in the leaving, the veterinary journey and going into a financial services? What was that it moment?
Now, growing up, we used to go on trips all the time from our company.
Right.
It would take us on trips. And so I would go as a child. I didn't get to go to it was still a business. It was a business trip.
Right.
So my parents were like in the little conferences, the meetings and things like that. And I, as a child, kids weren't allowed in there. So I got to experience the fun part of being on vacation and traveling all these different places. I mean, I went to so many places, like places that my friends never been to, resorts that were just top of the line resorts.
Right.
And it was incredible. I mean, there's times where like the parks, the giant parks like Disneyland and Universal Studios, where my friends would go and they had to wait in these long lines and pay all this money. Well, the company would shut down the park completely for us. So I didn't have to wait in those lines. So that was my first time experiencing like a Disney World or Universal Studios, was when the park was shut down for us. So like I didn't experience it having to wait in lines when it's hot and having to stay in line for 2 hours or whatever. For a 30-second roller coaster ride type of thing. I got to experience where there's no line and I can ride as many times as I want. All the food is free. Everything is all inclusive. So that was that. But that was me seeing that as a child. Now, when I got older, I went to the same trips with my parents. And one of the trips specifically, my dad was sick, so he didn't get to go on.
Right.
Not just like a normal cold. So he wasn't there. So I went with my mom in place of him. So I actually got to go to the meetings. And that completely turned my world upside down. Like, it was like Stranger Things. I'm in the upside down. It was completely different. The environment, the amount of wealth in that room, and they're just speaking to me like I'm them. Like I can be them.
Yeah.
There's nothing that separates us. If I want it, I can go after it. And hearing that and seeing that, I was in tears at every meeting. Like I was so moved.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And so when I came home, I was like, what have I been doing? Like I should have been working with my dad. I should have been jumped in and gave this a shot. I mean, I gave it a shot when I was 21, 22. I wish I would have done it fresh out of high school.
All right, a lot sooner.
But things are different. I mean, of course, maturity comes into play.
Right.
I wasn't mature enough. I don't think it would have been the same type of experience, but it was like, that's something that I wish I did sooner, but I'm glad I started when I did.
Exactly. Yeah, you definitely hit on the money, man. We definitely got to be mature enough to handle, what God puts in our hands and in our possession. So yeah, timing is everything, man. Be loud, go through that process of seeing your father, seeing your brother, having that success and having that turning point. And so knowing your brother and your father, gaining success in the company and winning for their family, winning for the household, did that push you, to do the same, or did that kind of hide you in the shadows?
Yeah, I come from a competitive family. it pushed me.
Yeah.
I was working, and this is the lack of experience and the immaturity part of me.
Yeah.
Because I thought, man, my dad's been in this for 26 years. He literally, the year I was born, he got started.
Right.
And so me seeing it, I was like, my dad's been in here for so long. I saw Brandon come in here and it seemed like it was an overnight success. And I'm like, this would be a breeze.
Right.
I got this in the bag. And then I got started. I got my journey and I'm like, entrepreneurship ain't no joke.
Right.
Like, and then we people say it and they get discouraged, but it's like anything in life that's worth having isn't going to be easy.
Yeah.
And we should all know that. So it's like, I'm not going to give up the freedom, the unlimited amount of income I can make because it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. My mom. I mean, there was times where it was hard for me. My mom was like, "Just go to college, get a degree." I'm like, "Mom, you should not teach me how to quit.
Right.
Teach me to get through this, But my mom she was an advocate for college.
Yeah.
But it's just I saw it and I'm competitive and I wanted it so bad. I didn't realize how much of a struggle it actually was. It's up and down. It's a roller coaster. There's a lot that goes into it before you actually reach that success. People see celebrities and people famous at their at their peak. You know, they see them when they're at the very top, not seeing everything that they went through to get there, type of thing. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay, man. That's good, man. Definitely gotta be able to have that maturity level, you know, to hold on to what you're getting ready to do and move forward in that sense. And so, you know, being under Brandon, you know, seeing his leadership, and then also your father, you know, seeing the leadership from him, definitely, you know, seemed like that was a driving force and pushing. Like you saying, all you guys are competitors, you know, knowing that, I mean, if they can do it, I can do it, you know.
Exactly.
You know, we bleed the same. And so
Exactly.
that's definitely a great story and sharing that journey. And so this here kind of share with the listeners, well, you right and Rise will share with the listeners, man, the importance of partnership in business. What does that look like on both hands?
Okay. So the partnership in business is kind of new for me, at least. Because I'm used to, when I came in, I came in doing it on my own.
Yeah.
Had the mentorship of like my dad and my dad and my brother, but I was mainly the one figuring it out, running things. And
Right.
so to come into a relationship with Rigel to where he's also doing the same thing, you got two alphas. And so I had to figure out my place and work with him. Work with him to where we can both figure out our strengths and our weaknesses.
Yeah.
And go from there. At least from my side.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the partnership thing is new for us both, but I think what we do is the biblical aspect of submission.
Yeah.
Where the overall objective for the household is for us to be financially independent, for us to be able to pay in advance all of our bills, have all those things taken care of, for us to have ownership of, you know, land, real estate,
Yeah.
you know, our investment portfolio, you know, all those different things. And so overall, if that means that I need to be the one that's running appointments, or if I'm the one that's reaching out to clients, then it doesn't mean that she's not good at it.
Yeah.
It just means that in the overall picture or the scheme of things, that I can handle this, she can handle that,
Right.
and we're working together on that. And we figured it out to a point to where we're supporting each other and on both sides.
Right.
So I think the support aspect of it, sometimes we're thinking of submission as in it's a cuss word, and it's seen more of as a, you know, you're gonna bend to my will, and it's, no, we're collabing on this whole thing, and we're figuring out, okay, well, you know, for us, this makes sense for me to do this, and for you to do this, and this, and we'll come meet in the middle,
Right.
you know, type thing. So yeah.
All right. So I guess either one of you kind of asked this question. So what does, I guess, the daily routine, daily schedule look like for the week compared to you two and helping each other grow?
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So for Rigel,
No, go on. Just talk for yourself. I'll talk about myself. You good?
there's been some changes
Yeah.
as of recently.
Yeah, you can say it.
So I used to wake up around 6:30.
Right.
I now wake up around 7:30, depends.
The reason. Say the
I
reason.
don't even say the reason.
Say the reason.
We're expecting.
Okay.
So
Yeah, say that.
I'm pregnant. I'm at 31 weeks.
Right.
So I'm in my final trimester. I'm you know, coming up to the finish line.
Hey.
And so things have been changing
Yeah.
in my body personally. So waking up early isn't really fitting in my schedule.
Yeah, he's getting it.
Yeah. I go to sleep around 10:30, 11. It varies, but
You're at 11.
all right, like 10.
11. Yeah.
10,
You
10:30.
pushing it at 10. You knocked out.
I might take a
wherever.
nap at 9, but I'll wake up at 10 to go into the bedroom and actually go to sleep.
And then go to sleep. sleep at 10, whatever.
So my daily activities have changed recently, but I do wake up. I still try to hit the gym every day, maybe 4 days a week, and then come home and kind of just help with whatever Rigel needs help with at the time.
Right.
I'm still, and Rigel was saying, you know, he runs the appointments and he does things like that. I'm still open to running the appointments. That's my favorite part of the business.
Yeah.
Is running the appointments, meeting new people, talking to new people, helping them out. Not necessarily like being in the back, but if I need to be in the back, then I will be in the back.
Right.
And then still, if we're able to, it'll be perfect if we're able to both run appointments at the same time, because we're both closing business, we're both making money,
Right.
versus just one, you know. So we're able to knock out two birds with one stone. That's perfect. But as far as my daily activities, they've changed somewhat because of the new addition to the family.
Yeah.
I mean, for the whole scope of things, so I'm aiming to get up before 5.
Right.
I get up. My body can wake itself up around 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I'm up at that time, and it's really just so that I can have alone time with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. You need that.
Yeah, definitely have to get that. So I'll read. With me not having to have a job, I can wake up, I can get my coffee, I can get my word, I can worship, I can do all that, and I'll probably do that till about 6:30, and then I'll go lift, and then get back before 8, and then we have training, trainings that I'm a part of that we're doing. I don't start my actual work day until 11.
Right.
So I'll work from 11 to 8. And so by that 8:30, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But I catch a second wind because me and my mom we were night owls.
Right.
So that was when I would get all my other stuff done, if I wanted to watch some movies, if I wanted to clean up, if I wanted to do any of these other things. So I'm still trying to find a balance with the rest part.
Yeah.
like sometimes you just get caught up in doing stuff and it needs to be done.
Right.
You know that if you leave it, when you found it was time to get it taken care of, and then nobody else is taking care of it up to that point. It's like, go on and get it done.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the typical work day is 11 to 8, where I'm meeting clients, doing trainings, doing meetings, whatever. And then from there, free time with the family and stuff like that.
Yeah. So do y'all think the personal relationship plays an instrumental piece in the business relationship?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. It's like if I wasn't feeling that she was an asset on the business, I wouldn't have had. Yeah. I mean, that even ties back to your whole thought process of your partner, like of your spouse. It's like, of course, with her being there, it makes it easier. I work from home on purpose. Yeah. So, but yeah, definitely her being our relationship. It's almost there's no lines. It's like sometimes need to be a line, but we still working it out. But it's like it just blurs. It just goes into everything. We'll be working, and then it'll be personal stuff, and then it's all these different things. It just mixes. So yeah.
Yeah, kind of the same here, man. Being with Tamika, next January going on, 10 years, man. Yeah. 10 years of marriage, man.
Decade.
Longevity, man. And like you guys said earlier, in the episode, having that friendship, is the foundation. I think that's one thing that me and Tamika definitely have built our relationship on, is having that solid friendship, knowing that some things are rocky, we're going through some trials and tribulations, and adversity, we can go back and revert to our friendship and still laugh and joke and cry it out and pray it out and get back to it. And so, man, definitely some good nuggets when it comes to that personal and that business relationship. So, what does accountability look like for you guys?
Well, in any relationship, there's this amount of transparency that's there, that that other person. So it's like, that person can say, I've been working all day. Yeah. But that person, like, bro, you didn't do that. You didn't do that. So it's like, it's that. So when we're always around each other, and then she's saying, okay, I'm tired. Okay, are you tired because you were working, or were you tired because you just been slacking? Right. But she can see that. And that's vice versa. I can see that as well. So the accountability is there, and we're definitely, obviously, very vocal. Yeah. So we'll say it. We'll say it to one another, and the friendship of our relationship allows us to rebound. It's not like it has to be detrimental to our family or our relationship. So we'll definitely, the accountability is out there. She'll be like, you said, even recently she was like, I've been working on my road rage. Like, I'm a believer. And I'll say it. Like, y'all ain't gonna talk bad about the people that got anger management problems on the road. Like, not everybody. It seems like, let's be honest. It seems like a lot of these people would fail a driving test right now if it came down to it.
Yeah.
And so these folks is driving however they want, and you expect me not to say nothing. I'm working on it. Okay, I said what I said.
Come on here.
She be working on me.
As soon as we were coming here, parking, there was a lady who was driving a little too slow for Rigel's liking. He's over here yelling at her.
She couldn't hear it. I'm working on myself.
I could.
Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you.
So, yeah, accountability. Because I hold him accountable. Rigel, you said you're working on your road rage. Well, I didn't know that you're over here judging.
We don't have to go too deep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I agree with him on the accountability aspect. We pretty much hold each other accountable. Yeah. And there's things where if I'll step up. He steps up on the cleaning. I'll be honest. He cleans more than me.
That's me.
I don't care. You can clean. You like it. You like it. I love it. I'm not a cleaner, but I will cook everything.
Yeah.
I'll cook breakfast. I'll cook lunch. I'll cook dinner. So that's the word. That's the trade off. He cleans everything. I'll cook everything.
Yeah, that's kind of like me. Me and Tamika. We're the same. We've been doing it going on, 10 years. Like I said, she's always the one that did all the cooking, getting everything ready. I always come behind, clean off the stove, wash the dishes. I even, the stove that we have, you can take out the burners, clean all on the inside of that. Hey, I was talking about my mother, man. Shout out to the mamas. Shout out to the mamas, man. Those were some principles that she taught me.
You're supposed to let it burn down there.
When I moved down, like, hey,
that boy.
You gotta clean, man, and taking out the trash and sweeping and mopping and cleaning the restroom. Like Tamika knows, man. Those are my strong suits when it comes to our relationship. Cooking. I'm learning. There has been some times where I had to cook on my own and try to figure it out. But I know that's Tamika's strong suit, man. And so yeah, we definitely can agree. In that sense, and just like you guys saying, you just gotta, know your role, man. Yeah. Know where your strengths are, know what your weaknesses are, and not be to the point to where you're criticizing the other partner or belittling the other partner, and just giving them, some encouragement, like, hey, you slacked on this part, but I got you.
So since Mother's Day just passed, you know how the men always want to do something special on Mother's Day,
right?
So I was sleeping in, and I wake up.
Don't you do this?
I wake up to the fire alarm going off.
Audible.
To the fire alarm going off. So we have a dog. Our dog is terrified of the fire alarm. So I wake up to him barking, crying. I'm like waking up like crazy looking, like what's going on? Why is the fire alarm going off?
Right.
And it's because Rigel was burning water.
So this is what happened.
He was burning water.
So this is what happened. Will can attest to this. I have cooking skills. Yes or no?
He can cook.
Okay,
he can cook.
You. All right.
Cook,
so now that
I've had some of his cooking.
Now this is the thing. The burner, the underneath stuff.
Right.
Because I don't cook. There was obviously stuff on there that I hadn't got to clean yet.
Right.
And I had put just to boil water, and obviously I had it on the highest and blah blah blah. Either way, it was the tray underneath.
Right.
It was something down there.
Right.
I did it. I didn't burn water. He looked at me like, bro.
Israel's looking at you like.
Looking at me.
Just so the public knows, Rigel's go-to cooking is pasta, something easy.
No, ma'am.
It's just some ground meat and some red sauce.
If we're gonna keep on
using
me as a speed bump,
I know. So I know my kitchen. I don't like when people are in my kitchen because it's my kitchen. That's where I cook. That's my kingdom. And so I know what burners to use and what burners not to use. So I know which one not to put water on and let it burn and wake me up out of my sleep.
And we also know who's gonna be cleaning that stove anyway. And if I had seen that, I would have had already got that taken care of. It's all right.
Accountability at its finest.
Ain't Father's Day tomorrow?
No,
it's next Sunday.
Juneteenth.
Oh my goodness!
It's Juneteenth.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Okay, so for Danielle, I guess when it comes to women entrepreneurs, do you think women are overlooked when it comes to being successful entrepreneurs compared to men?
Honestly, maybe back in the day.
Yeah.
I think it's women kind of came up in the world as being to where they can be entrepreneurs and they get the credit that they deserve. Because I've seen a lot of women who kill it, who make a killing off of entrepreneurship, and even like through social media alone.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You know, so I don't think that there's a hardship in that area anymore. Now it could go different for corporate. That's a different story. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to entrepreneurship, where the roles are pretty even now. Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. So who do you follow? Who are you inspired by when it comes to women entrepreneurs in today's time? Like, who's that person that you kind of follow? Some of their principles, habits. Who would be that woman or multiple women?
I love Lori Harvey.
Lori Harvey?
Yeah, Lori Harvey. Rihanna. I love Rihanna. Like, we're not going to talk about this whole Michael B. Jordan thing. That's okay. I like that I like the fact that she came from wealth, and she was able to go out there and figure out how to build her own brand her own way.
Right.
I'll give her respect for that, because a lot of children who come from a wealthy family like that kind of just roll off the coattails of their
family, their parents, yeah.
So for the ones who come out and try to make their own way, I respect that.
Yeah.
So of course I respect the fact that she was able to come out there and do that. Rihanna, for her to come out there and become a billionaire through makeup alone. I think it was makeup alone. I'm not sure if Savage Fenty was a part of it, but through makeup alone, it's like, I respect that. The hustle. I'm upset that she let the music go, but I respect her hustle at the end of the day. Now, if I'm thinking like actual, let's let go of the celebrities, actual women in business alone, I would say, I'm trying to think. A lot of them are celebrities. I can't think of any who've actually done it that aren't, famous.
Famous, yeah.
So I'm trying to think of. I could say the women in my business, of course.
Yeah.
In the financial industry, who've done big things. I could say that. So those are some.
Yeah. Okay. So being in this, I guess, this industry, and learning.
I think Rigel wants to say something. I'm sorry. I think Rigel wants to say something.
Did he want to?
No, man.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I could. Like, who's my inspiration?
Because as soon as I said Lori Harvey, you dropped the mic.
Oh.
You were.
We don't have to do that. It was just that I was surprised that you said her first. That was all.
Over Rihanna.
Just that you said her first, or that you said her.
Who would you probably say?
Not her.
Can you think of anyone?
Can I think of anybody else? I mean, Rihanna is always going to be up there. You hate on Beyonce, so that's okay. So
I don't hate on Beyonce.
Okay. It's all right.
She's just not relevant.
Ooh, the other person that I was thinking of, I thought you were gonna say Blake Lively, but
she doesn't do any business.
But she does. She's successful in her acting career. So that was one thing that I was gonna say. I was thinking of the people in the business. I mean, you're really. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, who was like your person? Your mom. Yeah, it is your mom. Yeah, that was the person. And anybody else, I wouldn't give anybody else the credit. It was her.
Right,
is her. So, her work ethic, her personality, her love, her humor, all of that. She looked at all of that.
Yeah,
I agree.
She copied all of that.
Okay, what about for you, sir? Any male figures that inspired, influenced by?
It's just males are easier.
Yeah, it is easier for the males for this, and I can pull from just about anybody. I mean, if we want to talk about basketball, we can talk about LeBron, how he's done it.
Shout out to LeBron, that's my boy.
He's done it on and off the court.
Yes, sir.
Of course, and then been faithful with one woman.
Right.
Built his
great family.
Great family man, great businessman, and he's a philanthropist as well, doing his schools and all that. We got Steph Curry, who's faith-based and is just extraordinary in his talent. We got that. If we want to go to stuff that y'all probably don't know, we got Thierry Henry, who I looked up for soccer, but his mind, his intelligence is out of the world. So, you could just use that and you could throw that anywhere. If you want to go to the biblical, you can go Solomon. We can go Jesus, of course.
Right.
I mean, Jesus was. I'm going through the book of Matthew and book of Luke right now. That man right there, some of the things that we were getting from him, man, it's like we're looking at the chapter title, but it was a story.
Yeah.
And they try to break it up with putting the titles in there. But if you read that, it'll start with him in the morning praying going through, getting real close with the Father, and then from there, literally he was walking into everything just because he spent so many hours with the Father. He was just walking in and just healing people, just doing all these different things. So of course, if you want to look, that's from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
You know, the church is a business standpoint as well. So it don't matter who you want to go through. Holy Spirit is the incredible invisible man to me. So that's my nickname for him, incredible invisible man. So it's me and him, you know. So, but yeah.
Even for Jesus, man, kind of going off of that, you know, he was strategic in having the right people around him. You know, it didn't say he picked 50 disciples or 70 disciples or 100 disciples. It said he strategically picked 12 people that he knew that was already in business. Like Peter was a fisherman. That was his prize and joy. And so he picked a lot of people, man, that had an entrepreneurial mindset and things that he can utilize in order to help grow, you know, for the greater good. Even though we know Jesus to be divinity and humanity all in one, it's like, man, I can go pick Peter, I can go pick, you know, these other disciples, and for the flourishment of helping other people in other industries. Now, you're definitely right, man. If you want to go that route, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, when you think about Jesus, is that all of his disciples were already doing excellence in their field.
Right.
They were already doing something amazing. They were already, you know, Luke was a physician.
Yeah.
You know, we got Matthew was a tax collector. We got, you know, with Peter, he had a successful business. Him, James, and John were all fishermen.
Right.
So it was like they were on point already. You know what I mean? Like if you think about it, why didn't he have a bunch of disciples that were widows or not widows necessarily, but if you're gonna say like the people directly with him, the lepers, the downcast, the lame, the mute, he didn't. Those were of abundance, but he ended up taking people that were already in a field of study and they had certain qualities, certain characteristics, and he's like, I can use that, I can work that. Yeah. And so, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's good. And so I guess to kind of put everything, you know, in its entirety, Danielle, kind of share with the listeners. I know you might have multiple, but something that we call our mirror moments, reflecting, sitting back and seeing, okay, what do I have to do, you know, as Danielle to be able to thrive, grow, and flourish? What are those weaknesses? What are those deficiencies? What are those areas in my life that I know I can improve on to help me better myself? You know, what are those moments?
I can say this for as far as like business goes, because like I said earlier, you know, entrepreneurship, business is like a roller coaster. It's up and down. So you have your highs and you'll have your lows.
Right.
I can say for my lows, just sticking to it, you know, really, really just fighting it out. Yeah. Because there's times where, like Rigel says, when I get stressed, I'm like, let me go do stress and, you know, watch a show or play a game or something like that. But if really trying to just really not even trying, because we don't use the word trying, really sticking it out and kind of getting that resilience that Rigel shows. You know, when your back is to the wall, you fight it out instead of cowering down, instead of letting it win. You fight the enemy. You know, so I can say that's where I've lacked, and I can say that more recently. I mean, in the beginning of me being an entrepreneur, everything I kind of just rubbed off. I was like, whatever. You know, it's my first year of being an entrepreneur. I know it's gonna be tough, but as years go on, you know, it's like, okay, when is this going? Where's the up? Like, give me that success. And I've had plenty of it. You know, being able to talk in front of thousands of people and things like that within the business, winning all these trips, getting all these accolades. I've had it, but it's like then then it goes back down. It's like, okay, I gotta get that momentum, and I gotta keep that momentum alive to keep me up there. Right. So I can say that's my mirror moment of what I've seen. I'm like, you gotta fight through this thing. You gotta get there. So
if I want to say just one thing though, it's that we can't be too hard on ourselves. Right. I think Danielle is extremely hard on herself. in a positive and in, you know, a positive or hey, we can correct this type of way, because it's like she works hard.
Yeah.
She works hard, and the thing is that we're trying to do this balancing act of trying to get everything in every type of way that I'm socially around everybody. I got business going. I'm a great father. I'm a great leader. I'm a great. So there's some areas that are gonna take a hit. And of course you can easily be really hard on yourself, and you can say, man, I need to fix this. I need to work on that. It's like, yeah, that's the truth, but let's give ourselves grace too. We give grace to everybody else. We accept ourselves. And for a while, we were talking so negative to ourselves and about ourselves. And it was just like, how do you expect, if you were to say this to anybody else, do you think they would listen?
Yeah.
Do you think that they would have done what you asked them to do?
Right.
And it's like, we talk so bad to ourselves. And we're working on that, you know, to where, you know, we're giving ourselves leniency, but not to our own detriment, you know? But yeah.
Oh, that's good, man. I can definitely attest to that. Like, even for me, man, growing up, you know, a leader of, you know, 4 siblings, being the oldest of 4, and then getting to the man and the person I am now, you know, there would be times, even for my mirror moments, to where I would literally, like, go in the restroom and wouldn't even look myself, you know, in the mirror because of the shame and the guilt and, like you were saying, and beating ourselves over the head time and time and time. The word already tells us there's no condemnation in Christ Jesus. Right. And so I will always be that one, you know, beating myself over the head, and like Jesus had to remind me, like, give yourself grace, man. You know, you're human, man. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail at times. You're going to have some hiccups. You're going to have some mishaps. And so like you guys were saying, definitely give yourself grace and growing and thriving. Like, you know, that's time to get better. Let's do better the next day. And so, I definitely can attest to that. And so, a question for the both of you guys: what would you guys say your greatest accomplishment is, you know, in life or in business?
I would say my greatest accomplishment is, I think, stepping out on faith and going into entrepreneurship,
right?
Knowing that it was going to be a struggle, you know, knowing that we're going to have our ups and downs, but still doing it, and then not giving up. And I give credit to Rigel too, because there's times where I'm like, oh man, just not feeling it, but not giving up, not going back, not backsliding, and like, let me go to school, let me get a job like that, but actually sticking it out and really going for it.
Yeah, man. Okay, what about you, Mr. Rigel? What's that accomplishment for you, business or in life? Something that you felt really, really good about it. You put the time and the effort in, and you know, feel good about that.
Just staying in business.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest accomplishment, because we see that 80% of businesses go out in the first 5 years, and that it stays the same for the next 5. So, you know, most of businesses that start, they definitely close. So, you know, just being committed long enough to see if you can get a profit is an accomplishment in itself. I believe that God has worked with us on our money management and our stewardship.
Right.
Through the great times and the hard times, we made sure that we paid ourselves first, and put money to the side, tithed,
absolutely,
and had the right priority of money in our lives. And so, what I believe with you know, going through business and having really successful months and some, you know, great things, you know, happen, I believe just being in business and staying in business was our biggest accomplishment. Of course, became regional vice presidents, opened up our own office. You know, this is our only source of income.
Right.
You know, we paid all these bills. We've done all these different things. We're accomplishing these things that we want.
Right.
But yeah, we're not done yet. So.
Right.
So yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Another question for y'all to kind of put the icing on the cake. Let the listeners know, how did y'all meet, man?
Oh. Now I want to go first. I go first. Okay. I go first on this one. I go first. Okay, so, I had a previous marriage, and so I was divorced, and I came back home to Texas, right? And so I'm in Texas. Just came off of an injury as well. So I had torn my quad during preseason.
Right.
So at this time, I went from you know, pursuing my dream and then getting an injury, being an athlete, getting injured, that's detrimental to your entire self-image.
Right.
So I'm back home. I'm divorced and depressed, you know, like, and so like my good friend Chris Pockets, that's my brother. Been friends over, you know.
Shout out to Chris, my boy.
Chris Pockets and Brandon Reed, those are my boys.
Yes, sir.
Those are those two guys that need shout outs. But Chris brought me back in, you know, to the business and brought me to an event, and I was exposed to Rodney Reed and to Natasha Reed before I even met Danielle.
Oh, yeah.
And when I came to them, they you know, we got into business together, but they looking at me like, hey, do you like colored eyes and pit bulls? And I'm like, Miss Natasha, what are you talking about? And Coach was like, she's trying to hook you up with our daughter. So this was before she even knew or anything like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even fully seen her. They took me out to lunch. I had, you know, talked about business and all this stuff, and then I got to see, you know, what their daughter looked like, and like, you know, so overall, I didn't get to actually meet her for like a year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and when I first get to meet her, I'm just gonna be transparent. When I finally get to meet her or get to see her, she was with another dude. So I was like, in my book, in my head, how I am, I'm like, all right, I'm done. So when we finally get to talk, which is probably like another year, another year after that, I'm in her kitchen for a company, or not a company, for a team event, and I'm in the kitchen. She comes up to talk to me, and I blow her off. I completely blew her off. I completely I'm not interested. Like in my head, that's how I was. I was like, I'm not interested. So.
And I was talking about soccer, like something we could bond over. Mid sentence, he just walks off.
I'm like yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I get it. It sounded horrible, but I was transparent, like I said. So, it wasn't until 2018 that we actually, you know, towards the end of that year, that when we started getting close,
working in the same office.
Yeah, working around there. 2019 RVP, stuff like that, and then, you know, that's when we're together. But, you know, that's how it started. She didn't know all that. Yeah, it was hidden between. It was Mama Marie didn't tell her because it was like, what was the point? So we didn't tell her, and so when I finally got to meet her, you know, later on, I wasn't, you know, it was whatever. So. Yeah. It was a little roller coaster there, but yeah, your turn.
Go ahead, Danielle.
I mean, he pretty much said it. I think our first conversation when we were talking in the office was about the Bible. I think it was a spiritual conversation. Yeah. Just little things like that. And then from there, I don't even remember how it stemmed. We went prospecting together. And that was it. I can't, like, I don't know where else it came from.
Right.
And then we would discuss the business. And then there's times where, like, you know, on the little iPhones, how they have the little games that you can send through messages. Mm-hmm. So we would, like, just play those little games towards each other and get real competitive with that crap. Like, I was killing him in the little basketball one. I would work him. This is true. I know.
I don't know what's up with the mine would just get stuck.
But we built we built a very, very solid friendship.
Right.
We were really close friends before we even started dating. And so then from there, it was like it kind of just, we were all in. You know, we went pretty quick. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, that's I didn't even know that's how it went down, man. Come on, Boaz and Ruth.
I know, right?
Making me wait. That's a great story, man. Well, I appreciate both of you guys' time, you know, sharing you guys' journey, you know, your ups and downs in business and in life, in a relationship, man. I'm definitely grateful, man, to be connected, you know, to a couple like y'all and receive me and just, you know, meeting this guy through social media. And 4 years later, man, we still rocking. We still, you know, staying connected and having a good time and building a healthy relationship with one another. So, man, I'm definitely grateful and being in you guys' circle. That's something that I always preach, man. You got to surround yourself with healthy, like-minded people, man. If you think about when it came to, like I said, going back to Jesus, he surrounded himself with the right group of people, in order to get something going and push it for the greater good. And so definitely appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys' time, the laughter, the questions, the allowing the listeners to get to know you guys on a personal level, and just being transparent and authentic, man. I'm grateful for that. And so without further ado, Danielle, share with the people, man, the listeners, how can they get in contact with you?
So my Facebook, simply just Danielle Reed, spelled the normal way, Danielle, not Daniel. Reed. And people, you'd be surprised how many people make that mistake. Reed, REED, so REED. And then on Instagram is where I'm mainly at.
Right.
_ Danielle N for Nicole, Danielle N Reed _ where you can still do Danielle Reed. I honestly can't tell you guys what my profile picture looks like because I don't know. I'm trying to think right now. Rigel was on it. He was like, it's yellow background, this, that. I'm like, I don't know if I think I have sunglasses on. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I think I have maybe a nude pink shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What is it?
What's it called? Shirt and jeans.
Yeah, so jeans. It is nude pink. It is a nude pink shirt, but jeans. So you can kind of look me up that way. Yeah, I don't have anything that kind of separates it. Yeah, I might have to change that profile picture to
Wealth
be
coach.
more prevalent.
Wealth
coach.
Yeah,
Wealth coach.
Yeah, you can look me up under Wealth Coach.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, man. Appreciate everything. Appreciate the time. Everything that you guys shared with us. Everything that you guys poured out. The relationship, the journey, the trials and tribulations, the valleys, the mountaintops. Just being authentic, man, with the listeners, because that's what we want our platform to be, man. Here with the Mirror Check families, allow people to come on and bring value, to those that people can pull from, and just being authentic, man, just being transparent. You just never know what somebody might be going through that they can pull from that other person, to uplift and encourage them, man. And so I appreciate you guys being on with us. Appreciate you guys sharing those gems and those nuggets, man. And that is it. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
What's good, family, man? It's your boy Ishmael. I am back after a 2-episode absence. I am finally back due to obligations. I was unable to be on the last 2 episodes, and I do apologize about that. But your boy will not miss another episode. I promise you that. For July, it's me and Willie's birthday. My birthday is July 4th, and his birthday is July 7th. So we will have special episodes to celebrate our 33rd birthday. Yes, I am 3 days older than Willie. We're both Cancers. I don't believe in all that zodiac stuff. We're not crybabies and all that other stuff. No, we both love water, of course. So, yeah, it's going to be a special episode. So I hope y'all tune in. Those 2 episodes will actually be released in the middle of our new series entitled Entrepreneurs and Leadership, where we'll have teachers, where we'll have leaders in the fashion industry, where we'll have an individual that I've known since high school who has 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. His name is Rico Copeland. So y'all please go search for Rico Copeland. Go subscribe to his channel. He's going to hit you with great information about NFTs, about shoe resales, just a whole bunch of different information regarding many different fields. And, like I said, I've had the privilege of knowing him since high school. I love the man he has become. I love the husband and the father he is to his family and his wife. Great individual. We'll also be hitting you with Jasmine, who is a baker. She is top of the line, almost 40,000 followers on Instagram. She's a beast. I remember when she first started off, she made me some cookies, man. And oh man, I never had a cookie like that before, and it was special. So yeah, we're gonna hit you with some wonderful episodes of entrepreneurs and leaders within the community, so we all can connect and get involved in some form and fashion. If you wanted to be on a episode of Mirror Check Podcast, please feel free to email us at info@checkyourmirror.com. Again, info@checkyourmirror.com. We're always looking at our email address. What we want you to do is just tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, or how you're a leader in the community, and we'll get you on. Just reach out to us. You can reach out to us also on Instagram at Mirror Check Podcast. You can reach us out on Twitter at mirrorcheck_, TikTok, same thing, mirrorcheck_. And yeah, just go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mirrorcheck. We're there so we can actually share that content and be able to, have a greater impact across the world. So so I hope y'all enjoy this new series entitled Entrepreneurs in Leadership. We're going to come with some heat, man. So stay tuned. What's good? It's your boy Ishmael. I want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mirror Check Podcast. We will be launching new content on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Deezer, Transistor, any platform that you can listen to on podcasts. Best believe we are on it. We'll be launching new content every Wednesday at 12 p.m. noon Central Standard Time. In the meantime, do me a favor and follow us on Instagram at Mirror Check Podcast, on Twitter, mirrorcheck_, and go please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mirror Check Podcast. Also, go to our website, www.checkyourmirror.com, to support and purchase new products. Remember, if it's always someone else's fault, your mirror is dirty. Until next time, check your mirror. Peace.